Hello and welcome to another Sunday morning musings. I have another message from the Morrigan for you today. Um, Basically, she says the stabilizers are off, kids. Um, I've been surprised in the last week or so when I have been working with my guides that on occasion they've said no. Um, and the Morrigan has gone on to explain a bit more about this. She said basically, if you're able and you're at a certain point in your awareness and development now, if you ask for help from your guides and it's not an emergency, you might be surprised by the answer because it might be no. Um, because what she says is, you can do it yourself. Um, Even if you think that you can't. So if you ask for help from your guides in future and they say no, it's because they believe that you've reached a point at which you no longer need assistance for that particular thing or guidance or whatever. She said obviously that they will still be there in emergency situations if you need intervention or any of those things. But she showed me a toddler or a baby learning to walk, and there is a moment at which the parent must let go of the child's hand, and the child is wobbly and unsure, but the parent doesn't do that until they're sure that the child will be able to at least walk a few steps on their own. And that's where she showed me that we're at, basically, that you may ask for assistance from your guides or from Otherworld in the coming days and weeks. And they might say, no, do it yourself because you can. And this is the point at which she said that was almost the trade-off for this creative potential, for the dropping of the veil, that we, not the price to be paid, because there isn't a payment, but almost we've moved on to the next stage of creation in the sense that we also have to take responsibility for it and fully own it. And that involves a stepping back in certain situations of our spiritual or otherworldly support network. And yes, they are still there. And yes, they are still protecting you, but there will not be as much direct assistance if they believe you are able to do it yourself. Because in this intermediate stage, they really want us to be able to develop that belief in ourselves. And we, in order to be able to do that, there may be situations where we have to face it head on, in the sense that we might be more unsure of ourselves than our spirit team are. And it's almost like tough love a bit, but we can do it. And what the Morrigan said was, as long as we are trusting them, that if they say, no, we're not going to help you, you can do it yourself, that is because we can, and we need to trust them and move forward from that place. And she said, as long as you're moving forward from a place of integrity, you will be successful. So I hope that if that happens to you in the coming days or weeks, you have the confidence to know that if other world believe in you, you should believe in yourself too. And it's exciting, but a little bit scary. She said, she quoted herself from yesterday where she said that we were on the precipice. Um, and she showed me an image of that moment on a roller coaster. She likes roller coaster. She used a roller coaster analogy yesterday. Um, she said that moment on a roller coaster where you're at the highest point, but you haven't yet gone over the drop. That sort of ominous, lurching feeling. Dread is probably the wrong word, but it's a mix of kind of dread and excitement and lack of control and anticipation. That's the point where we are with our creative process at the moment. And that may feel a little bit scary, and they are going to let go of our hand a little bit, but it's going to be okay. So I hope that clears up any situations you might find yourself in the coming days and weeks. It's not as scary as it seems. Otherworld fully believe that we got this, but the stabilizers are off.